welcome. Much love from our screen to yours. To all the boss ladies and the supportive gents, welcome. Hello. Tonight's training is, as always, gonna be fire. When you're done. Hello, welcome. Much love from our screen to yours. To all the boss ladies and the supportive gents, welcome. Hello. Tonight's training is, as always, gonna be fire. When you're done. Yes, we're live. We're good. And YouTube is now watching us. Perfect. So as I was saying, tonight's training is going to be one that you're going to want to have a pen and a paper for, because you want that page to bleed with ink. First and foremost, for the first timers, if this is the first time you're tuning into our call, make sure that you're on every single Thursday, same place, same time. Hit the like button, drop the comments, subscribe so that you don't miss out on anything. For those that do not know me, real quick, allow me to introduce myself so that we're not complete strangers here. My name is Jessica Rios, 23 years old. Very, very simple background. I'm your next door girl, simple girl, yet not minded. I like to keep things, simple and serious instead of curious and complicated. That has my name written all over it. I'm originally born in Mexico, raised in California. I'm the oldest of three, brother, sister. My family comes from a very hardworking background ethic. And pretty much when it was time for me to graduate high school, they said, go to college because that's the thing to do, right? We all know the story. Get good grades, get a job, and, go do what you got to do. But they never tell us, go buy that house, go buy that car, go work, follow what you love, do what passions you up. That way, you always have work, because you're not going to work for that paper. You're going to work for that purpose. What I said, let's do this college thing. Signed up for the whole deal. It was awesome. I loved it, made amazing people. As a matter of fact, that experience pushed me to look into network. And what I learned during that time, because I was 17 going on 18, and then I turned 19 when I had 2 jobs and a third internship. Third job that does not pay. And long story short, I was like, there's something wrong here. I can't be possibly going to work to go to school, and then going to school to just get a job. I was like, it does not make sense. There has to be something better out there. I could have 101 ways of how to spend my time better with people who truly matter to me, right? And that's when I started doing my research, because nobody would invite me to an opportunity to be part of a group of empowered women, let alone a network that opens up endless possibilities to you. Flash forward to today, do not have a job. I'm 100% focused on school. I was that girl that was going to say, I'm going to drop out of school. This is not for me. And then, no. Now, I'm not only going after that BA, I'm going after that MA, going after a BA in marketing, going after an MA in finance, because I want to be that woman who says, yes, we could do more than the 6 figures, and we are here to show other women how to do the same thing. So with that said, I am honored, I am pleasured to bring an absolute boss lady, Miss Charnell Sutton. She is about to shut it down. I'm known for bringing the energy and the fuego, but she is about to take us to that next level. So tonight, she's going to be sharing with us a fire topic. And I couldn't be more happy to be introducing her, because it is challenges versus opportunity. Ladies and gents, tell me if I'm wrong on this one. We are in the season of thinking, of loving, of giving, and some way, somehow, it is around this time that people tend to slow down. It is some way, somehow, around this time that people tend to, instead of take the things that could push them forward, they tend to take things that will pull them back from walking them. Let's not start talking about that new year, new me BS. Let's start right now, December 1st, waking up, getting to work, seeing what can be challenges as opportunities. So with that said, Miss Charnell, the floor is yours. The woman, the leader, the boss lady leader, and boss lady council member. Please take it away.
Awesome. Can you hear me okay?
Loud and clear.
Great. Well, it's got to be true that great minds think alike, because Jessica, you just took like half of what I was going to say. But that's so great. No, I love it. Thank you so much for that introduction. I'm so excited to be able to speak on this call tonight. This is my first time doing this YouTube live hangout thing. I know I sound really old, but I do know how this stuff works. It's just I don't do it every day, but when I get the opportunity to speak, I'm just overwhelmed and excited that I get to do so. And so I was a little bit nervous, but again, challenges versus opportunities. And I never want to pass up an opportunity that I can actually speak to you all and hopefully help impact someone's life and someone's day. So a little bit about me. It's been a few weeks since I actually did the last phone call we had before we started this amazing video series, which you guys are messed up now because this is really cool. I like being in front of the camera and you guys get to see how crazy I am and that no matter what, I can't help but smile. So this is cool. I like this a lot. But a little bit about me. I'm coming to you live from Raleigh, North Carolina. As Jessica mentioned, I'm on the Boss Lady Council. And this movement has just been incredible. This is bigger than the company, but the company is fully behind it. But I'm just excited because to see it grow and change and to metamorph into this just amazing butterfly. And that's actually just, it's just a beautiful thing to see. And I know this is just the beginning. So to get into what I wanted to talk about tonight, December 1st, that was actually, it is so funny. I didn't tell Jessica anything about it. I love it. I love it because December 1st, we still have 31 days in this amazing year left, right? Everybody is already focused on 2017, but I have to tell you a secret. You cannot have a big 2017 if you don't recognize where you are right here in the present and close out 2016. You have to set up 2017. You have to give that alley-oop, right? So what are some things that people face right now? This is December 1st. Like I said, 31 days. You know how much you can do in 31 days? A lot. And regardless of, you know, the holidays or end of year stuff and all this big cram, guess what? January 1st comes every year just the same. It doesn't matter. It's actually not that big of a difference from November 30th to December 1st, right? And so Christmas is one day. If you do Christmas Eve and maybe you take 3 or 4 days off, that's great. But that still leaves you with like 25 days in this month, okay? So what are some of those challenges? Well, people will be distracted. You will be distracted this time of year. Closing out things at the job, you know, wrapping up stuff with family, Christmas present shopping, and, you know, just feeling like, you know what, I'm going to get some time off from work, or, you know, nobody's going to want to listen to what I have to say, or this exciting opportunity that I have to share. Nobody's going to spend any money until, you know, February or March when they get their taxes back or whatever it may be. You have to ignore that stuff. You have to first acknowledge them as challenges, right? And even with our company specifically, and really in our industry, this is the time of year where everybody says, oh, it's so slow, right? But that doesn't have to be the case. That doesn't have to be true. I know for some of us, people have quit on us, right? Some of us, our teams have kind of just not really held together like we thought they would. And maybe maybe most of your team has left. Maybe you only have a few key leaders, but guess what? I have to tell you, it had to happen. It had to happen, right? We have gone through some challenges, but if those people didn't see the opportunity and the opportunities, then they weren't meant to stay with you. They weren't meant to be on your team, or they weren't meant to be on your team right now, right? So in that, you have to understand that with the challenges that we come against, you have to say, okay, what is this teaching me? What is the good that I can bring from this? What is the positive that I actually grew through in this? Because, and even if you haven't read Eric Worre's Go Pro, you know, even he talks about it. There's like this sifting process that has to happen where you always want new blood, right? You always want lifeblood coming into your team and coming in through your business and even with your customers, right? Because people are going to leave. It's natural. It happens. Whether they're making money, whether they're having success, there are challenges that come up with people personally that we have to not take personally, right? So people can be making money and excited, and then 2 weeks later you find out, you know, they're gone and they're in another company, or, you know, they just don't want to do it anymore. And you're like trying to rack your brain, trying to figure it out. And I've got to tell you, as Jim Rohn says, don't sign up for that class. Don't sign up for that class, because you will probably never be able to figure it out, and you probably will never be able to understand. So those are some of the challenges that you're going to face. And the biggest opportunity that you can glean from that is that if you already know you're going to face them, then you can already prepare, right? So they can't be challenges that stop you or that stunt your growth if you already know they're going to happen, right? A challenge isn't necessarily negative. It's just like some stress isn't necessarily negative. You need stress on your body to even live, for it to function. You need stress sometimes to motivate you to get things done, right? So some challenges are great. That's how you grow. And so how can we recognize the opportunity in the challenges? One, being a part of this boss lady movement. We have to acknowledge the power, one, in this movement, but also the power that we have as women, right? A couple of weeks ago, before the Thanksgiving break, we had a great call from Jay Nolan. If you did not check out that call, it's on YouTube. It's shared all over Facebook. Like, you have no excuse not to watch that, but please go back and watch that. This guy has generated billions and billions of dollars and took out almost, I think, like an hour of his time for us. And it was such an encouraging and empowering message. I'm actually now even a part of the $1 Million Energy training from that, which I'll talk a little bit about. But the key in that is that women have power and men recognize it, which is often why men want to get behind us and support us, but also it can be seen more as intimidating or a challenge, and why sometimes women are put down or not seen as valuable or intimidated in certain situations. So you in that still have to see the opportunity in that, because you are very powerful. You are great. So how can I see that this person is just intimidated or they are misinformed, and change this opportunity and change this challenge into an opportunity? So you have to realize how strong you are. First off, stepping into this business world, period, that is your first sign, right? You are strong. You took that leap of faith. You took that step out. You quit that job. You, had to have that talk with your family and sit down and say, hey, I'm going to be doing some work, and it's going to take away from what we normally do, or, for the next 90 days or the next 3 years, I'm going to be a little crazy. But this is a part of the process for where I want to get to, and I want you guys to understand. So you are strong. You made this decision, and you're hanging in there, right? So some of you maybe have just gotten started. This is your first Boss Lady call. Some of us, we've been around for 1.5 years, 2 years now. We've seen everything, right? You have to congratulate yourself. It doesn't matter if you haven't hit the rank you thought you were going to hit, if you don't have the amount of money you thought you should have coming in by now, if something didn't work like you thought, you are still here. You're still here. And there's a reason for that, because everything is changing constantly. And I have a really, really great feeling. And I know people always say, and it sounds really cliche, but this will be your best year yet. But again, you have to close out 2016 before 2017 can be that. Because if you don't address those challenges now, they're going to follow you into 2017, right? So overcoming obstacles, objections, those struggles and hardships, knowing that even in that, you're strong, because they're going to come. But the more that you can stay through those things and realize that there are growth opportunities in them, the better you'll be. And we talked about being prepared for different things, right? So prepare for things to test you. Prepare for things to be negative. Prepare that when you start getting into personal development and trying to better yourself, that things are going to come at you for the same exact things that you've been trying to work on, right? So to touch a little bit on the $1 Million Energy group, that I highly recommend people just check out that training. You can definitely contact me for more information. But one of the biggest things that I've noticed, as soon as I'm trying to focus on something that I'm not really that strong in, or need more confidence with, or I'm having a problem with, as soon as I declare that I have overcome it and I'm going to do better, boom, right? I get tested. I get something that comes at me, and I have to admit, I didn't do so well on that test, right? But I am now in the mind state to know that I didn't do well. I'm not just thinking that something just randomly happened to me and I don't know what it is about or whatever. No, it's because I put it out there. I said, I want to be better. It's actually, we have different pillars, and one is the emotional pillar, right? And we talk about that a lot with women, and how to be passionate but not emotional. That's a struggle for me, right? So as soon as I declare that I am going to be less emotional and just passionate, guess what? I get emotionally tested, right? So that's gonna happen. And I knew it was. I didn't think like the next day, right? But you never know. But once you put it out there, once you try to do better, it's gonna happen. So what do? You persevere. You see it as the opportunity. You say, you know what? I'm not gonna let that happen again. Or I'm gonna see how I can make it better next time, how I can more quickly change from a negative to a positive, right? So one big thing that has been of help to me as far as seeing challenges and making opportunities is remembering that good is the enemy of great, right? So what do I mean by that? Oftentimes when we have things that we're trying to fix about ourselves or make better, we normally go to like our weakest stuff, or our, like, even what I was just talking about, right? So there's 6 pillars in the $1 Million Energy. It's financial, spiritual, emotional, mental, because I'm trying to name, I'm not gonna be able to think of them all. And 2 more, and I'm gonna think of them in a minute. But because of this, whatever it may be, maybe it's something within the business and you say, okay, I don't like making phone calls, I don't like cold calling, I don't like talking to 2 people a day. Maybe you have a list of things and say you rate them from 1 to 10, right? So out of that list, let's say you are really good at talking to people in person, but you really struggle inviting people. And let's say talking to people in person, you're like in 7, but inviting people, you're like a 3. Right? So what do? We immediately go to, well, what's the lowest thing? And we try to fix it. Well, what I learned a long time ago, and actually from one of my really good business mentors, is that since the opposite or the enemy of great is good, what you really need to do is see how you can take those 7 and 8s to the 10. Right? So it doesn't mean you ignore your weaknesses. It doesn't mean that you don't focus on those things. But how much more effort and how much harder is it going to be to take that 3 to a 10 than that 7 or 8 to a 10? And what does that do for you? It boosts your confidence. It boosts how you feel about yourself. It helps you to check off and achieve that goal or that task, right? So if you can master, let's say, talking to people in person and closing out people because you're in person, well, what does that help you to do? It builds your confidence when now you do have to go back and face that weakness of learning how to invite people better or doing a 3-way call, right? But what if you say, you know what? It's going to take me a little bit longer to manage that and grasp how to do that. So what if I get really, really good at talking to people in person and having those conversations in person, and I just do this twice as much or 3 times as much? Well, guess what? Maybe you've eliminated your need for a cold call, right? Maybe you've eliminated your need to have to go out and find random people, because if you get really good at talking to those you already know in person and take that to a 10, well, guess what? You've just now taken something you did really well, and now it's a level 10. You are great at it, right? So good is the enemy of great. So in the things that you have challenges, don't automatically go for what you really suck at. Go for things that you do pretty well, that, you know, maybe a few minor tweaks, some different nuances, a little bit different word changes, and it would be amazing, because you can become the best at that. Okay, so strengthen what you already do well as quickly and as fast as you can. So this is December 1st, right? I love giving an assignment, maybe giving some homework. You know, last time I told you to write down goals. I hope you did that. I would love to hear about how that's going. But this, you know, why don't you make a list of, you know, 10 things or so, maybe 8 to 10 things. Maybe, you know, if you're in the $1 Million Energy, it is your pillars. And figure out, what are your 7s, your 8s, your 9s, right? And how can you take that to a 10? How quickly can you do it? How fast can you get started? And set that as a goal. Do that. Practice that, right? And then go to the next one. What else can I take to a 10? What else can I get there more quickly? That is something, I promise you, it helps, like I said, boost your confidence. You feel better. You've now mastered something, and it might eliminate or even help to bring some of that other stuff up. Because if I get really good at talking to people in person that I already know, well, now when I do have to cold call or go and talk to random people, I'm more comfortable. I'm confident. I have a team of people now, right? I've done it 100 times already. So that is what I wanted to say tonight, ladies. Challenges versus opportunities. And it's not that challenges are negative. Not at all. We need them. That's how we grow. That's how we get better. But how can we see those things for the good that they are, even in the worst challenges, right? Even in the worst things, there is good. There are things that you can take away from that experience. So I hope that that has helped someone tonight. You have 31 days left in this year, 2016, right? And in order for 2017, in order for 2017 to be the best year ever, you have to close out this year strong. You have to. You can't just say, I'm gonna just kind of kick back for the next 3 or 4 weeks and wake up on January 1st and make it happen. It doesn't work that way. Success doesn't work that way, okay? So what can you work on, even if it's just one thing this month? One thing. What can you work on getting really, really great at? All right. I would love to hear you guys feedback or what you decide to work on. You can connect with me on Facebook. If you just go to facebook.com/Charnell Sutton, CharnellSutton, or even on this YouTube video. Make sure you guys have liked this channel, subscribe to this channel, so you know when these videos get posted, when they're going live. Show some love here, leave a note, and, you know, share this to the world. Share this back on Facebook and let people know what you're working on. Have that accountability in place. Don't, you know, write it down. Tell someone else so that you can have accountability with it, because in order for you to have a big 2017, you have to become great. And you already are. You already are. You have to acknowledge that and figure out how to take those challenges and the things that are holding you back and making them opportunities. So that's it for me tonight, ladies. So glad that I was able to do this tonight, December 1st. I get like the best times to talk to you guys. And it really warms my heart. And I hope that I've helped someone tonight. And you guys keep me posted. I really, really do want to hear what you pick. And I want to hear how quickly you can get it to great. Peace out, guys. Have a good night.
Awesome. Beautiful, beautiful. Charnell, I am just like this right now. I know I was taking notes nonstop the whole time. And this is, can you hear me, by the way? We good?
Yes, I can hear you.
Awesome. To wrap up this call, I mean, Charnell left it all right there. But I have to share with you the thoughts that this woman made rush through my brain and my feels. This is the season, ladies. She put it as best as it could have been said. It's the season where you tell the losers no, because they're out there and they're out there to get you. You distract yourself from your own distractions and you get busy because they don't deserve you. This is the time when you hang out with the winners. And, you know, she was saying it right there. People, things, places, whatever it is that is pulling you back, we turn it into a push forward. And she said it's not personal. Okay, I will tell you this. What she was saying, I was like, yes, yes, amen, amen. Tonight and tomorrow, okay, tell your family and tell your friends. Don't wait until the end of the year. Tell them tonight, tell them tomorrow, so that you do what you got to do and you rush with 2017 like you want to do, so that it is able to reflect then. Not so you start at the line then, so you're ahead of the game right there. She said it. You know, new blood, that's the name of the game. New blood, follow-up, duplication. Why do I know? Because it's been a challenge for myself. A challenge that I've turned into an opportunity, just like she said it. If you're working with that person or not, tell them why you want, you know, if they told you why they want to work with you, this is what you do. If they told you why they, you know, they're not working with you, or they're already in your team, but there's no work being done, right? Because it doesn't matter what you want to do. It matters what you're doing, what you're getting done. A to-do list is not the same thing as an I will list. Believe me, I learned the difference the hard way, okay? But she said it. Let that person know, listen, I want to help you. But in order for me to help you, help me help you, right? That is what we're doing with this cause. That is what we're doing with our movement. And it's time for us to really put it. See, a lot of people say it, and I know every mentor has said it on these calls, right? If you don't prep, then you're going to fail. Because you're not planning to fail. You're planning to succeed, but your fail is at the prep. Your fail is at the planning. So what happens is just what she says. You don't realize the power of December 1st. So what you do is you post it later on. Let's make point A December 1st. Let's make point B December 31st. And point C is January 1st, not point A. See how that's different? And, you know, Charnell, that is what I got, Mama, from you. And she said, and ladies,
that's right.
Stay the course. You have to stay the course. A little bit ago, I was reading something and it shocked me because I used to think it's what you do and it's who you know. No, it's what you do with who you know, and it's not what you do. It is what you do on a daily basis. So 11 out of 12 is out. I don't care how much you want to get that time, those words, those opportunities back, they're gone. Gone and gone and gone and gone. And there's nothing you could do absolutely about it. But you still got one left.
Right.
I'm back. Can you hear me?
Yes, yes.
Internet dropped. But just to tail off on what Charnell said, she put it as it is. Theory is good and practice is great. At the end of the day, many mentors, Miss Michelle Wilson, Robin Mansell herself has said, ignorance on fire is better than knowledge on ice. And my heart was literally pounding. I was writing away with my paper as Charnell was speaking because her words were not just going through my ear. Her words were going into my heart. And what really came to me is, you know what? An ounce of action is better than a ton of theory. And it's all going to come down to you, to nobody else, right? Nobody's going to pick you up and say, let's have the best 2000, the best December. So with that, ladies and gents, let's close this 2016. Let's open this 2017 the best way, the only way that we can do it, by being the best you. And you know, that it is what it is. Success and seasons is the same thing. It's gonna be again and again and again. After winter, we're gonna have what's next. We're gonna have spring. After spring, we're gonna have summer. After summer, we're gonna have fall. After fall, we're gonna have winter, and so on, so on, so on, so on. Same thing with success. People are gonna be successful, but are you the one that's success driven? Are you the one who is December 1st driven? Or are you gonna wait to say, you know what, I wanna follow the flock? Or are you gonna stand up and say, no, this is what I gotta do, and this is what I'm gonna get done? So take what Charnell dropped on us. I know I'm taking it to my calendar, to my team, and to every day this month. So with that said, God bless each and every one of you. Thank you, Charnell, and let's go have the best December, the last one out of 12 that we could possibly have. Much love, guys, and we'll see you next time. Bye-bye. Thank you, Charnell.
Bye. Good night.